Our product is energy. Our mission is service. Our power is people. These words have been at the heart of the NMPP Energy coalition of organizations dating back to the creation of the Nebraska Municipal Power Pool in 1975. 50 years later, those words continue to ring true across the coalition of 4 organizations of NMPP Energy as they serve more than 130 communities stretching across 5 Midwestern states in the areas of wholesale electricity, wholesale and retail natural gas, utility services, and municipal advocacy. The core values of local control and working together were the driving forces behind the creation of the Nebraska Municipal Power Pool in 1975. NMPP was created in response to the 1970s energy crisis, which was marked by a period of high energy prices and fuel shortages. 19 municipal electric utilities in Nebraska sought to maintain local control of their municipal electric generation units by pooling their resources together to tackle common challenges and escalating fuel prices. Glenn Beechler from Fairbury, Nebraska, led the move toward formation of NMPP. Lar Voss, an engineer consultant for many of the original members, along with Dave Chambers, executive director of the League of Nebraska Municipalities, and Richard Duxbury, general counsel, provided the technical push to form NMPP. Steve Wacker was hired as NMPP's first executive director on January 1, 1976. The organization quickly grew as NMPP's board of directors started to look at new ways to provide solutions to members by working together, broadening the organization's purpose as a resource for smaller municipal utilities. Crete, Nebraska was the first participant to sign a power supply schedule agreement with NMPP. The agreement permitted NMPP to negotiate power contracts and exchange generating capacity and energy among members. By the end of the 1970s, 17 participants were receiving power under the agreement. As NMPP grew, more services were added to accommodate member needs. An electric distribution management service was developed to provide technical and operational information and expertise to member distribution systems, as well as a monthly newsletter to keep members informed. The concept of mutual aid was born when several member communities assisted Grand Island, Nebraska, after tornadoes struck the city in 1980. It led to an official mutual aid agreement being implemented in 1985, underscoring NMPP's core value of working together. NMPP expanded beyond Nebraska in the early 1980s when the Colorado towns of Haxton and Yuma joined the organization. Many other Colorado communities quickly followed. By 1985, municipals from Wyoming and Kansas added to the multi-state member roster as well. Computer services blossomed in the 1980s and 90s, with many communities using utility-related software to fulfill their needs. Ultimately, a partnership with Salt Creek Software was formed to provide a suite of software programs known as Power Manager, which would continue to serve the needs of utilities for 3 decades. As NMPP continued to expand into the 2000s, it developed a full line of products and services to assist municipalities in the areas of cost of service and retail rate design studies, electric distribution, safety training, economic development, and energy research and development, as well as its Champions Business program to support NMPP Energy member communities. In 2023, NMPP underwent a pivotal change as the sale of Power Manager software prompted a modernization initiative to streamline NMPP's governance and transition the organization's role to provide advocacy, networking opportunities, and coordination of activities foundational to the organization. Many of the utility-related services provided by NMPP were transitioned to the Municipal Energy Agency of Nebraska. As the founding organization of the NMPP Energy Coalition, NMPP continues to coordinate the NMPP Energy Annual Conference and advocate on behalf of the communities served by the NMPP Energy Coalition of organizations. The passage of the Municipal Cooperative Financing Act in the Nebraska legislature in 1981 allowed for the formation of the Municipal Energy Agency of Nebraska as a wholesale electric supply organization. The legislation allowed for joint financing of power projects among municipalities rather than each community having to bring its own financing. This provided tremendous economies of scale and joint purchasing power. MEAN formed with 13 charter members and expanded quickly, fueled by communities seeking economic power supply and local control while working with communities with similar goals. The formation of MEAN led to a new company logo and triggered interest among municipalities interested in joint action. MEAN began to act as the managing agent for communities' allocation of federal hydropower from the Western Area Power Administration, providing benefits for the group as a whole. Two key accomplishments in MEAN's history occurred in the mid-1980s when MEAN issued bonds to complete a participation purchase of Lincoln Electric System's surplus output from the Laramie River Station near Wheatland, Wyoming, and Hastings Energy Center. After starting out renting one small office, furnished with only card tables and chairs, in the executive building near the Nebraska State Capitol building, NMPP and MEAN's rapid growth led to the purchase of the building in 1986. Another move was made in 1995 when the two organizations purchased and moved to the Energy Square building in downtown Lincoln. In the mid-1990s, MEAN introduced short-term power supply contracts to go with its longer-term contracts, giving communities flexibility of contract terms, market-based pricing, and services. In 2002, the Nebraska Power Review Board unanimously approved MEAN's application to develop, construct, and operate up to 30 megawatts of renewable energy, which led to the construction of 7 1.5 megawatt wind turbines northwest of Kimball, Nebraska. The $14 million project began commercial operation in October 2002 and was the first and largest commercial wind project in the state. Also that year, MEAN's 31 Service Schedule M participants approved extending their long-term Total Requirements Power Purchase Agreements to purchase 53 megawatts of ownership interest in Mid-American Energy Center's Walter Scott Unit 4. In 2001, MEAN partnered with 4 other regional utilities to form the Public Power Generation Agency to plan, build, and share the output of the 220 megawatt Wayland Energy Center Unit 2 near Hastings, Nebraska. The generating unit came online in 2011 after 10 years of planning, preparation, and construction. As environmental concerns moved more to the national forefront in the late 2000s, MEAN began to increase its diversification of resources by adding to its renewable energy portfolio through several power purchase agreements with regional wind projects, as well as landfill gas. MEAN has a history of working with member communities to help them achieve their local community power supply goals, including several communities that have achieved 100% carbon-neutral supply through MEAN. As MEAN expanded its geographic footprint into Colorado, Iowa, Nebraska, and Wyoming, it maintained an active interest in regional transmission organizations. In 2015, it joined other regional utilities in becoming a member of the Southwest Power Pool and Mid-Continent Independent System Operator Regional Transmission Organizations. These organizations provide the benefits of increased efficiency and lower costs for participants in their regional footprint. During this period of growth and increasing operational complexity, MEAN built its current home in 2012, tailored to accommodate its operations and organizational needs in serving members. In 2020, the MEAN Board of Directors approved a significant resolution laying out a vision to a carbon-neutral power resource portfolio by 2050. Since then, the organization has taken several steps toward that goal, including adding zero or lower-emitting carbon resources, including hydro and natural gas, and facilitating 15 community solar projects for its wholesale power participants. As an organization, MEAN also signed agreements for additional solar resources in 4 participant communities. MEAN continues to work toward its 2050 carbon-neutral vision as it moves forward. MEAN's participants achieved another milestone in 2024 when the Board of Directors modernized its 40-year-old Total Power Requirements Power Purchase Agreement, known as the Service Schedule M. The modernized agreement updates terms and policies consistent with today's industry standards while providing long-term added flexibility for participants. Now, in its 4th decade, MEAN continues its member-driven philosophy with the mission of providing economical, reliable power supply to its participating communities across 4 states in an ever-evolving and complex energy environment. Following in the footsteps of success and growth achieved by NMPP and MEAN, and echoing the principles of local control and working together, the Nebraska Public Gas Agency was formed in 1991. The charter Nebraska communities of Central City, Falls City, Nebraska City, and Superior own their own natural gas systems and were seeking to secure reliable, low-cost natural gas supply. With the addition of NPGA under the NMPP and MEAN umbrella, A new company name, NMPP Energy, and logo were created to reflect the growing diversity of the organization. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission issued Order 636 in 1992 to promote competition and efficiency in the natural gas industry, bringing new challenges and opportunities for NPGA related to natural gas unbundling and customer aggregation. The agency acquired new gas supplies in 1994 with the purchase of gas reserves in Texas. The board later voted to strengthen NPGA's financial position by selling the reserves in the early 2000s. In 2001, NPGA implemented its level purchasing plan, a long-term gas purchasing strategy providing price protection and insulation against rate volatility. The plan is still used by NPGA members today as it has been extremely beneficial during times of high market volatility. As NPGA expanded and developed a larger presence beyond the state, its name was changed in 2002 from Nebraska to National Public Gas Agency. The NPGA board in 2017 approved a new rate structure to simplify rates and create an improved mechanism to recover operating costs. In 2018, NPGA signed its first asset management arrangement, bringing savings to members by marketing and selling unused pipeline capacity. In recent years, the NPGA board has approved participation in 4 prepay-related gas supply contracts, which benefits its members by locking in favorable pricing on discounted natural gas supply. Now, in its 3rd decade as an organization, NPGA continues to provide wholesale natural gas supply as well as regulatory advocacy to 13 member communities in Colorado, Kansas, and Nebraska, and 5 customer communities in Colorado, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Wyoming. NMPP Energy jumped into the retail natural gas arena when a group of Nebraska communities that did not own their own gas systems saw an opportunity to take charge of their natural gas rates by competing as a supplier in the Nebraska Choice Gas Program in 1998 and introducing legislation that brought regulatory authority for investor-owned natural gas companies under the Nebraska Public Service Commission. The Public Alliance for Community Energy, or ACE, was formed with the mission of consumer advocacy and supplying competitively priced natural gas while keeping revenues in the state to benefit its 54 ACE charter member communities. Competition from ACE in the Choice Gas Program forced other natural gas suppliers to lower prices, leading to substantial savings to Nebraska customers. In the first year of the program, more than 15,000 customers chose ACE as their natural gas supplier. By 2003, ACE enjoyed more than a 25% overall share of the markets in which it competed. Customer education and the ability to talk to a real person who could answer questions have always remained a hallmark of ACE's customer service values. In 2004, ACE approved the return of members' initial investments amounting to more than $265,000 to member communities, once again underlining the core of ACE's purpose, providing competitive natural gas pricing while keeping money in Nebraska. ACE marked a significant milestone in 2006 when it transitioned to a call center supported by a computerized system and developed an online selection option through ACE's website. ACE's membership hit 70 communities in 2007 with the addition of Beaver City and Holbrook. A transition to a third-party residential live call center was completed in 2012 that provided budgetary savings while maintaining a local Nebraska presence and premium customer service. In early 2025, the ACE Board of Directors approved a revenue distribution of $400,000, pushing the overall total that ACE has distributed to its Nebraska member communities to more than $4 million since its formation. These funds have been used for a variety of local community betterment projects, including improvements to parks and ball fields, community swimming pools, recreational trails, public transportation, and community infrastructure. In recent years, there has been a significant increase in competition in the Nebraska Choice Gas Program, with as many as 8 suppliers competing in the program. With a current membership of 75 communities and 1 public power district, ACE still remains as the one consistent Nebraska-based, community-owned supplier since its formation. For 50 years, the organizations of NMPP Energy have overcome many challenges and achieved tremendous success through communities working together. This collaborative effort has included dedicated municipal leaders along with NMPP Energy's 5 executive directors, guiding a staff passionate to find solutions and fulfill the needs of communities which they serve. From that first meeting of community leaders who came together to form the Nebraska Municipal Power Pool in the mid-1970s to the current-day coalition of NMPP Energy organizations, stretching across 4 states, serving more than 130 communities, the core values of local control, teamwork, and an unfailing commitment to each other remain firmly intact today.